Buying a house in 2025 feels like a trap. Prices are high, rates are higher, insurance is expensive, and everyone just keeps saying, just wait till interest rates get lower. But what if waiting ends up costing more? So in this video, I'm going to show you the actual math behind buying a house right now versus renting and investing the difference. We'll look at 5-year and 30-year timelines. We'll factor in appreciation, rising rent, selling costs, and even that annoying maintenance budget that you owe if you own a house. Let's break it down. All right, let's say you're eyeing a $400,000 home. You put 20% down, that's $80K out of pocket. Now, you're financing the remaining $320,000 at a 7% interest rate. That's basically the rate right now. That's about $2,100 per month in mortgage payments. Now let's add the real monthly extras. Property taxes, around $400 a month. Insurance, let's just say $200. And maintenance, well, you're probably looking at around, $330 a month. So all in, your monthly cost of owning is roughly $3,000 a month. Over 5 years, that's about $180,000 in payments. And over 30 years, you're paying around $1.08 million total. But remember, that's not money flushed down the drain. You're building equity, and your home is hopefully appreciating. Now let's look at renting. Say you rent the same quality home for $2,200 a month. That's a monthly savings of about $800 compared to earning per month. And you know what? If rent rises at 4% per year, which is pretty normal, your total rent paid after 5 years is around $143,000. Over 30 years, you'll have paid about $1.48 million in rent with no asset at the end. But what if you took that $800 per month you're saving by renting and invested it? That's the common, thing that people are saying nowadays. So let's assume you consistently invest it in a solid index fund and you earn a 10% return annually. After 5 years, your investment grows to $62,500, which is not bad. And after 30 years, that grows to over $1.8 million. So now the big question, does renting and investing beat buying and building equity? Now let's compare the numbers directly. Also, a quick question for you while we pause. Would you rather overpay in interest or overpay in rent but have nothing to show for it? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. Also, if this breakdown is helping, give this video a like so that more people can see it too. But all right, here's what the math says. So after 5 years of renting, you've paid about $143,000 in rent, but your investments are worth $62,500. So that's technically your net gain, around $62,500. Now compare that to owning. In 5 years, you've spent $180,000 in payments, a little more. But you've built about $53,000 in equity. Your home also probably appreciated by about $64,000. So if at the 5 years, you want to sell, we're also going to add in those selling costs of about 6%, which is roughly $28,000. So your total net after selling is about $88,900. So after 5 years, owning comes out ahead by about $27,000. Seems a bit interesting. It's not exactly what other people are saying when they talk about renting versus owning. So let's go to the long term, because this is where it really stands out. After 30 years of renting, you've paid $1.48 million in rent. Your investments have grown to $1.82 million. But that's if you continue investing $800 a month, which your rent would have already gone up way higher. But let's just say you're investing $800 a month, whatever. That gives you about a net gain of $340,000. Now compare that to owning. You've spent about $1.08 million in housing costs, but you fully own a home now worth about $971,000. So after the 6% selling costs or fees, if we were to offload after 30 years, that's about $912,000 in net equity. That means that after 30 years, buying beats renting by over $570,000. And here's something important, just what I was mentioning earlier, is by year 8, your rent actually surpasses the home ownership $3,000 monthly payment, which actually stays pretty much the same other than inflation on the fees. The mortgage, the big part, actually stays the same. And it just keeps going up from here, which also we could even talk about refinancing, but we're not. So what's the takeaway? If you can afford to buy and plan to stay in the home for 7 to 10 years or longer, buying still makes the most financial sense. And you know what? You can refinance the rate later, which is extra savings. You can't exactly go back and buy the house for cheaper. But if you're stretching your budget and you're just not ready right now, renting and investing the difference can work too. As long as you actually invest it, you need to be consistent on that. Bottom line, it's probably not best to time the market. Just know the numbers, have a plan, and execute. Let me know what you guys are doing in the comments. This is a very interesting question that, many people are talking about. Are we buying? Are we renting? Are we just going to wait it out till interest rates fall? I'd love to hear what you have to say, of course, for those that don't already have a house. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.